Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I hope you're doing well for this in this day, Sunday evening, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday during Sangapi, whatever you are, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you're watching this. This is Kenya Revolutionary coming to you for another video. Very quick one. This one will be very brief than usual. I just want to touch on this very quickly, okay? But first, let me get through this formalities. The formalities, okay? If this is your first time here in this channel, as I mentioned, my name is Kenya Revolutionary. I talk about Kenyan politics and world politics as it relates to Kenya. So if you like that kind of content, please take a second and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and put the notification on. If you've already subscribed, you know the first order of business is to do what? Like the video and make sure the notification button is working. Okay, so very quickly, I want to mention something about what happened today. As you know, what's trending right now is mimi ni Sifuna, mimi ndio Sifuna, mimi ni Sifuna, whatever the case may be. This is after what we saw, a mammoth crowd in Kitengela. Remember, Sifuna was, they had mentioned Sifuna, Babu Owino, Winnie Odinga, and the rest. They had mentioned that they were going to meet at Kitengela. Okay, this comes after yesterday's meeting, ODM meeting, which was a total failure in Tononoka. I mean, we saw Oburu try to. Oburu needs to quit. Oburu, I really feel bad for Oburu. Oburu, it's embarrassing at this point. I mean, he was trying to sing like his brother used to do. Nakumbuka Raila vile he used to sing to the crowd, or be like ODM oi. And it wasn't working. If anything, there was a portion of the crowd that were actually singing Sifuna, Sifuna. We saw in Nyayo Stadium when there was a rugby match where the young folks who were attending were screaming Sifuna, Sifuna. Nyayo Stadium historically has been, I think it's the home of AFC Leopards. So, they are Mulembe Nation affiliated, but that doesn't mean that, there are people who are non-lawyers or non-Mulembe Nation members who can still support Sifuna. Now, here's what I want to say. You saw the crowds. I'm not going to walk you through that. We saw the crowd, okay? It was actually impressive crowd. People came out and they were like, they really wanted to hear from Sifuna. Now, I'll be the bearer of bad news to you guys who are very excited about Sifuna. And like I mentioned, if you're wondering where my position is about this ODM party, I do not care much. I don't give two its about ODM. Like I say, ODM is firmly in control of one faction is controlled by Kenyatta Uhuru, and the other is William Ruto. Okay, ODM is dead, has no soul. I'm telling you right now. If you don't believe me, sour time will vindicate me. Like I told you. Remember those days in 2017 when I was having a lot of raging debates with folks who are like pro Azimio ODM, and they're like, oh, Baba will bring change. Baba cannot get into another handshake. What happened after 2017? Then I told you again, 2022, this guy is a con man. Stop believing in this guy. What did he do? So now I'm bringing you another inconvenient truth that most of you who are singing Sifuna, sijui mimi ni Sifuna, again, let me make it very clear. I have no dog in this fight. I actually do not care about ODM. I wish the whole political class, including their little briefcase parties, whether it's ODM, KANU, Jubilee, TNA, UDA, whatever, Zote, we get rid of all of them. But here it is. This Sifuna thing, Sifuna is being sponsored, okay? This guy, he might not be sponsored by Ruto per se, but he's been sponsored by a faction of the oligarchs, criminal elites, political class of Kenya, okay? Let me help you out. First of all, the first indication, the first thing that usually, the first red flag that you have to identify when somebody's just trending and usually like all of a sudden overnight is trending, just observe the people who are really congratulating Sifuna. Number 1, Wamuchomba. Number 2, Pauline Joroge. All these people who are aligned, the so-called the DCP guys, the Uhuru supporters, all of a sudden Sifuna is their favorite because Sifuna is being mistreated in ODM. All of a sudden they care about Sifuna. And I get it. Listen, I get it. I told you. In my previous video, I told you. I never got to finish. I'll make a part 2 about how we can resolve the Kenyan problem, how we can actually bring Ninio. So Annie, I see you, Sikumingi. I told I have to highlight this. Yes, Annie, we have to. Every time, if you see Pauline Joroge akikusifu, just know that you are part of the Ninio. You're part of the Ninio. You're part of the elites. Absolutely, Annie. So, me vile niliona Pauline Joroge, hata mimi nikasema, okay, this is and I kept on telling people on X, naambia, Sifuna, even though him and Babu Owino, among other MPs, on that wonderful day, June 24th, 2025, when we were occupying, Gen Zs were occupying the parliament, yes, Sifuna and Babu Owino and the rest of them, they came out and they were trying to tell the police to stop shooting the protesters. Okay? We remember that. We remember that. They get 2 brownie points for that. We remember that. Okay? But to say that Sifuna was actually supporting the protest or supporting the Gen Z's agenda is a lie. Sifuna did not support the protest. Let me remind you this. When after your June 24th, 2025 Ninio occupy when after your Ninio after that occupy State House movement, Raila Odinga, remember Raila Odinga, they started hapo ndio tukaanza kusikia fununu Raila Odinga and the ODM started having talks with Ruto. Remember that? And Sifuna, being the Secretary General of ODM, was supporting the talks. He even came out in the press conference saying, Nyinyi Gen Z, Gen Z, wacheni kulialia, I see you mechezi, nice seeing you on long time. Akaanza kusema Gen Z, because Sifuna was getting a lot of flack from the Gen Zs on X, on Twitter, because they were telling him, wewe Sifuna, you are one of the young folks who are supposed to be supporting the Gen Z movement. Okay? Give it, oh my goodness, my gadget inakufa, my goodness. Always when it's a nice day like this, inaanza kukufa. But anyway, so the Gen Zs were on Twitter, and they were chastising, they were attacking Sifuna for the fact that Sifuna was actually strongly defending the ODM position in this whole idea of reaching out and talking to Ruto, having this discussion. Yeah? This was what people were really angry about Sifuna. And Sifuna came out and talked to the media, and he was telling the Gen Zs, wacheni kutukasirikia kwa sababu we are going to talk to Ruto as ODM. Nyinyi watu wa Gen Z mkitaka kwenda kumaandamana, endeni mkamaandamana. I will pull that video because he was supporting the official position of the party of ODM. He was strongly behind Raila Odinga. You know? Oh, ilikuwa kiubaya. Okay, I see that. All right. Nice thing. So yeah, make sure you like the video, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to watch this on repeat, do the same, okay? So anyway, so what I'm saying is this. During the heat of the protest, during the days, that period in which the Gen Zs were out there protesting actively, planning and announcing that they were going to, oh my goodness, hii nini yangu inakufa jamani. But let me hurry up. When Gen Zs were strongly advocating for change, in fact, there was a talk of Occupy State House. Sifuna was coming out publicly in his tweets and through his press conference as the Secretary General of ODM, making it clear that he is not supporting Gen Zs in their quest to occupy State House. He made it clear that they were going to enter into talks with Ruto as ODM party. You understand? A clear distinction, contravention from what the Gen Z wanted. And he caught a lot of flack. A lot of Gen Zs were attacking Sifuna for this. They were telling him, Sifuna, we namna gani, you've let us down, because up to that point, Sifuna was being seen as this person who's a stand-up guy who always, the grailing that he does when he attacks Kasongo, in Kasongo's minions when they go to those political shows in the morning, and a debate. But the fact that he vehemently, strongly defended Omuganda, nice seeing you. I hope Kampala is well, Uganda is well. Sifuna was strongly supporting Raila Odinga and the talks that he entered with Ruto, while the whole Gen Zs were actually upset. And you remember, Sifuna started pretending that he was not happy later on when the pressure mounted, when the Gen Zs were really, really upset about Raila entering into this Gen Z, this UDA ODM broad-based government. Okay, Sifuna akaanza to feel pressure from the Gen Zs. Okay, so he started pretending that, oh, me and Marasiju, I'm not supporting this. I'll only support it if the agenda is switched up and say that unless the agenda that the 10-point plan is followed, I'm not supporting Ruto. Ati watu wengi wamepigwa bunduki, so they have to be compensated. So the so-called nonsense to justify him staying in ODM. And Gen Zs were telling him, Sifuna, if you're truly principled, resign from ODM. Unaelewa? Resign from ODM so that we know that you're serious. And that's when the whole thing was started. You remember when Raila was defending Sifuna because Sifuna was alikuwa anaongea na nguvu, like Ruto was saying. Remember in that funeral, okay? Ya bodyguard was it bodyguard wa nini, bodyguard wa Raila, huh? But anyway, like the video, guys. If you're going to watch this on repeat, please like the video, subscribe, and all the good stuff. So anyway, so people are telling Sifuna, if you mean what you say, wacha kusema ati sijui nini. If your beliefs and you strongly believe that the nice seeing you Mabri, long time no see. Well, I said karibu sana, weka like hapo, nice seeing you brother. Very soon taweka kwa nini studio tuongee, but my thing is dying, nimebaki na sijui 10%, whatever the case is. But anyway, so a lot of Gen Z were telling Sifuna, instead of kulialia hapo ODM sijui nini, why don't you quit if you mean what you're saying? But he never quit. He stuck to ODM. Okay? Now, this even carried on when Okwara was interviewing Sifuna. Okwara was talking to Sifuna and was like, okay, so what happens to you? Are you going to stay in ODM if they demote you from the Secretary General position? And Sifuna said, I will still be a member of ODM. And even, you know who highlighted that comment? Jamaa ambao ameenda sijui ni Singapore ama wapi. This crazy guy. Is he the Busia MP? Jamaa ambao amekuwa chizi. Africa. Okay, I'll call you Nani. Africa. Zalendo. Long time I haven't talked to you. But yeah, I'll do it once I finish. Nini yangu inakufa. My gadget is basically dying. But anyway, so wanaitwaje uchali kwanga kalulu what's this guy from, is it Busia, the Senate, is it MP or MP who anavutanga bangi? Can somebody tell me his name? Who was saying what's the name of this guy? Uchali, this young guy, he's like 35, 30, ametoka Busia hapa, ni Busia, yeah, who highlighted that and said, Sifuna umetu let down. How can you stay in the, basically this is what he was saying, Sifuna, how can they demote you from being a secretary general kwa sababu you don't see eye to eye with them and you still stay in the party? Like, why? What's the reason why, you know? So basically that's what I'm saying. So anyway, to finish up my point, because my ninyo yangu inakufa, literally it might go off anytime right now. I'm sorry, that's why I have to keep this really quick. I will say this. I'll give you a Omuganda is saying Kasongo's father is giving us sleepless nights in Kampala. Hi, Omuganda. Museveni. Anyway, very quickly. While you guys are getting excited, I told you, remember I told you in my previous video, niliwaambia nini? Part of the reason why the JNZ movement in June 24th, 2025, was it 2025 or 2024? I don't know. June, the only No, Nani, what's his name? Not Omtata, yule kijana mdogo, not Busia, Peter Salasia, thank you, Joyce, and Joyce, thank you. Peter Salasia highlighted ninio. Unakumbuka vile Okwara aliuliza Sifuna, are you going to stay in ODM if they demote you from the Secretary General position? Na akasema, yes, Salasia, thank you Mutende. Yes, Salasia, Peter Salasia. He's in Malaysia or Singapore. I think one of his posts he was saying he was going to Ninio. So he said, wewe Sifuna umetuangusha. How can these people, they are really basically wanakuhumiliate in the party and you're still staying there? Sinuko na followers, you know, go join DCP or something or start your own thing, right? Sinuko na followers. Anyway, but the point I'm trying to make is this, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Number one, like I told you, the red flag. Wakina Pauline Njoroge wakianza kukusifu, you are done. You're probably on the wrong side of history. Number two, Sifuna is not somebody who will stand up like, not even Raila was a sellout, okay? Actually, people are right when they say that Sifuna is taking Raila's footsteps. Why am I saying that? It is because Sifuna is easy to be compromised. He's already compromised. I know it's not clear right now, and people are very excited about this whole Mimi ni Sifuna, Sisi ni Sifuna. Sifuna is not him. Sifuna will do exactly the same thing Raila Odinga did. Okay? He'll excite the crowd and he's being propped up. This is why I was telling you to go back to my point which I made in my previous video where I said part of the reason why the Gen Z movement was successful is because it was being funded and supported by a faction of the political class. I'm not saying that we cannot have a successful maandamano without the support of the political class. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that in this case, the Nino is kwa sababu, and that's why I posed the question, why is it that once Raila Odinga moved and joined the broad-based government, we could not have another successful maandamano like we had in June 24th? Why can't we have another one? It was June 24th and June 25th. I'm confusing the dates here. But you know what I mean. Occupy State House. Occupy Parliament. That's what I'm trying to say. If it was truly 100% organic, not financed by these political oligarchs, we could have had another successful Mandamano and we could have removed Ruto. But the fact that a faction of this political class in Kenya are supporting these Gen Zs, that's why it was a successful. Remember, Omtata was saying this in Spice FM when he mentioned that there are some rooms in the parliament where you have to have access to in order to get in. So it was very unusual that these folks that were occupying this parliament walifika kwa rooms zengine ambao there's no way even regular MPs hawafikangi kwa hizo without access. Okay? So he basically he was mentioning that when he had his not on Spice FM, when he was having that discussion in was it Sema Box or Bonga Box with Nani Masai, Mark Masai, and some other folks. Okay, go check it up on YouTube. So what I'm trying to say is this: what I'm trying to say, Sifuna is a propped up guy by all indications, and I'm telling you, the sad part is this: Wakenya, we are so caught up in the euphoria right now, in the hashtag, Mimi ni Sifuna, Sifuna this, and everybody now is for Sifuna. But mbeleni, when Sifuna taturuka, that's when we'll be like, ah, shoot. But I'm telling you right now, very early, mapema. Now I'm hapa mapema. I'm sorry you might not like this message, because as of right now, you are pro Sifuna, you think Sifuna is the guy. Sifuna is standing up to Raila's principles. Sifuna is not principles. Sifuna cares about his position just like any other politician. But he's being used by a faction of the political class. Hao ndio boost up. Ndio maana unaona wakina Pauline Njoroge, like I said, Pauline Njoroge akianza kukusupport, know that you're on the wrong side of history, and that's why the support, because when Sifuna was in the ODM, Pauline alikuwa support wakina Sifuna. You understand what I'm saying? So Africa nasema been consistent. How is it been consistent? As far as what? Let me see. Mnino yangu inakufa majameni. If my thing dies right now, poleni, it is what it is. Itakuwa imekufa. So, but I'll try to answer Nino. What was the end game ya Sifuna Kitengela rally? That's a good question. What was the end game ya Sifuna to show that he has support? That's what I'm wondering too. What was Sifuna's Nino? Senators to do no. Nani, Africa brought up a good question. Sifuna has been consistent. How has he been consistent? On what issue has he been consistent? That's what I'm wondering. I'm trying to get the consistent on what? What is he consistent on? Because, like I said, if Sifuna, he stood against Baba and the broad-based agenda, what is he wrong at? Okay, he stood. So this is what we were saying. Sifuna actually did not. Yes, he did not agree with the broad base. But here's the question. That's a very good point, Afrik. Let me highlight it here so I can answer you. Hopefully my gadget is kufe kabla sijako ninio. He stood against Baba and the broad-based agenda. What has he done wrong? Here's what he does wrong. Here's what's wrong with him. Sifuna told us that if ODM ikiingia, ikisupport 2027, he will resign if they support Ruto. Now, to be fair, 2027 hajafika. Number two, if Sifuna truly is against the broad-based government, right? Follow me with this, Afrik. If Sifuna is truly against the broad-based government and he did not agree with that position, as a principled individual who means what he said and says what he means, why should you keep on being part of a political party and holding a position as the Secretary General, the mouthpiece of ODM? Okay? And you are present in that KICC meeting when they were signing the agreement, the broad-based agreement, the working relationship. He was there. Actually, Sifuna was the one who was holding the book which was to be signed. Remember that? Remember that, Afrik? So if you're principled, if you are consistent, as you said, Afrik, why should Sifuna stick to a political party that he does not agree with, he is in conflict with, as far as ideologically? You understand what I'm saying? Okay? So there's no consistency there. Say what you mean what you say. If you say you don't agree with ODM as a party entering into the broad-based government with UDA, right? You don't agree with it. You are vehemently opposed to it. Why should you stick to a position, that actually basically you are the mouthpiece of the ODM party? Why should you stick to the party number one? Why are you still in ODM as the Secretary General, the official mouthpiece of the party? While you, not even that, you are present in KICC. You are holding the book that Ruto and Raila signed. Do you see why I say his actions does not match his words? To me, the least he could have done, if he really meant that he wasn't supporting that broad-based government, the least he could have done to show people that he actually doesn't agree with this was not even to show up in that KICC meeting. See what I'm saying? I would have boycotted even the Ninio. I would have even resigned as the Secretary General. I would have even left the ODM party and go to a Ninio. That's what I mean. Okay? So ODM was built for restraint. Those who disagree with Sifuna can form their own party or join UDA. No, here's the issue. The official party, it is not those who disagree with Sifuna, it's the other way around. The party officially, even under Raila, they agreed, they entered into an agreement, a broad-based government with Ruto, right? That is Raila's the party leader and his delegates. They agreed upon that. Even Sifuna supported that. That is why Gen Z were against him. Because he said we are in a working relation, working whatever with UDA. Okay? Now, here it is. If Sifuna is telling us that he didn't agree with that arrangement, he was opposed to it, why then do you still maintain your position as the official mouthpiece of the party in that position called Secretary General? And why then do you keep on insisting of being the party being in the party if you don't agree with where the direction the party is moving? There's no consistency there. That's what I'm saying. Yes. My thing is dying right now. I'm saying, Sifuna appended his signature kwa broad-tier MOU. That's what I'm saying, Annie. That's what I've been saying. Sifuna is saying one thing, but doing another thing. And Asema he's against it, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty of it, what really matters, his actions, given the fact that he even signed the MOU, he was there, I'll support you, Ninio, it's speaking something else. You know, this guy is fake. I'm sorry. Right now, we are happy about him, but down the line, mutaona tu, he's another Raila. You know, mtafika huko chini ndio mtajua, oh, ndio unaona, go look at Selassie's Ninio post on Twitter. Selassie alisema, I'm disappointed with you, Sifuna. Ati wewe unasema ati you know, you're still sticking to the ODM after wakufukuze and humiliating you. The guy is not consistent, as you claim, my friend Afrik. I'll call you so we can have a deeper conversation on this after this. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, in summation, this is what I'm saying. It was a nice, huge crowd. People came out to support Sifuna, but the tragedy of it is this: you are being duped again by another propped up, compromised individual who has been presented to you as the new, young, shiny leader that can take on Kasongo. And Sifuna is lapping it up. He represents the young, articulate, combative wing of ODM who is ordinary person. Yeah, he's articulate, combative, but is he compromised? Is he compromised? Is he principled? That's what matters in leadership. Babu Owino is combative, young, articulate. I mean, what is his name? Atwoli is combative, articulate. You can argue Young. Is he a leader? Is he compromised? That's the whole point. Don't fall for this. Musi get excited over Easy Man in Neo. Who is the ODM spokesperson? Who is the ODM spokesperson? I don't know. I'm not in ODM. I'm not the party. I'm not in the party. I'm not a fan of ODM. I've never been a party member, so I don't know. I don't know who's the spokesperson for ODM. Now, if you want to get technical, it's Sijui Omanyi, that new lady will make up. But Sifuna has the people. He's a supporter of the people. If you want to get to that, Sifuna is, and I enjoy the support of the people. But wakina Mbadi walishagua yule mama wa Busia. I don't know what's her name, or is it Omanyi or something? Yeah, Bobby here after a long time. Tell me what about Orengo is saying one thing and meaning the other. Orengo is the same thing. Orengo is the same thing. Orengo is compromised. Orengo is compromised, totally compromised. I'm not even, because Orengo, unajua Orengo, it's easy to get Orengo because Orengo, the ile impressed account ya Siaya huko wakifungua, Orengo will go to jail. So that they can use that to simply just get Orengo. Orengo is already compromised. Don't worry about that. Ndio naambia ODM is done. Imeshakatwa nusu. Yeah? The Uhuru faction and the Neo faction. That's this. That's this. But anyway, guys, my Nino is dying. Let me tell you watch out. But please, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the good stuff. I might come again later on, or if you don't catch me later on, just put your notification bell on. So next time I come in, we can continue this discussion about Sifuna in Kitengela, mimi ni Sifuna hashtag, or whatever the case is, and all the Nino. Wamunyoro will join Ruto. I don't know. I saw Wamunyoro with Nani. Wamunyoro with the Oburu. I don't know what they're planning. Maybe they're planning on starting their own team. So, so whom do you think will do the thing? I have no idea. I have no idea who will do it. Right now, I don't know. I'm watching just like you're watching. But to me, who I'm advocating for, I'm advocating for the people of Kenya to do what we did in June 25th. Remember that? That's the way to go. That's how we do it. So please like the video, subscribe, share, comment, and put the notification on. I will leave it here, sadly, because I have to stop here because my gadget is about to die. And, but this is a good conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you guys later. We're getting notification up until next time. All right? Thank you so much, Annie. Nice seeing you. Invictus. Afflicted for kama kawaida. We fungua duka Afrika tuende huko tupige siasa. Acha mchezo. Who else? Who else was here that I didn't shout out? Nani? What's his name? My friend from Golgotha. Melchizedek. Joyce, nice seeing you too. Let me have to get Eric Mutende, nice seeing you too. Mabri. I didn't forget you, Mabri. Nice seeing you, brother. Nice. I miss your contribution. Now, other than I'll talk to you guys later. Peace and blessings. Be safe out there. To Nane Kesho, maybe next time. Again. Peace and blessings.